All right, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about RetroNAS. And for first glance, you look at RetroNAS and like, oh, cool, another game emulation, like Batocera or RetroPie that you put on your Raspberry Pi, or your modded game console of your choice. Well, that's not what RetroNAS is. RetroNAS is basically just a file storage where you can actually centralize your game. So if you go down here, it'll tell you what the status of the retro NAS is, and then it tells you a little bit about right here. So it's a central file store or backup server for your old and new computer console. So yes, you can just open up a shared drive and kind of map to that, but RetroNAS just makes it easier for some people. So we're just going to go over how to set up RetroNAS on Unraid. So why do we want to set up RetroNAS on Unraid? Well, for the people who have like bigger game collections, you'll notice that you'll have like ROMs that has world set. You have ROMs that have USA only or Europe or whatever, or it has like 5 different versions of the same game. And you spend a lot of time organizing your game collection of your legally owned ROMs, and you want to put those in a location, that you already have it. So now you have like 5 different game consoles throughout the house, and now I have like different hard drives hooked up to those 5. So that's 5 hard drives that I have my data on. Well, with RomNAS, I'm just going to use one hard drive centrally located, and then just kind of use my other device just to access that to save me on storage and save me a headache of managing ROMs in multiple places when I just do it at one location. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to get started, I'm just going to close this out because I really don't need this right here, and go to Unraid, and then I'm just going to go over here to Docker. Apps, and then once I'm in my apps, I can just set up here and look for like RetroNAS, and I have RetroNAS right there, and it's right here. It's like created by Space Invader 1, it looks like, and check out his channel, has a lot of great information on it. So let's go over here and we'll just click on RetroNAS, and then we'll hit install. And then we can sit there and read the instructions up here. Alright, so reading through this here, this container will fully install a RetroNAS onto your VM tab of your server. So basically what this is going to be a Docker container, and then that's going to be temporarily used to create a virtual machine. Sure, you can go to VMs and create your own virtual machine and then run everything through manually. This is the easiest way to get it set up because it's already done and configured for you. So we'll just go down here and we'll look at it, and it doesn't matter because this is kind of temporary. What does matter is like this is your VM share on your server. And this is where you store your VM images, which mine's in domain, which is pretty standard. And then RetroNAS right here, this is where your RetroNAS ROMs are going to be when you drop it off, and that's what you're going to use to share out to your other emulation that actually can play your games. And then the name to call VM, we're just going to keep it as RetroNAS. And replace, if you installed it before, you put a yes, but I don't have mine installed, so I'm just going to keep mine as a no. And then I'm just going to go down here and hit apply. And then we're just going to wait and let everything install, pretty standard. Alright, so once everything installed, we'll hit done. And we'll just go over here back to our Docker containers, and we have RetroNAS starting up right here. If you notice, we don't have a RetroNAS in the VM section. So we'll just wait here. And if you want to see what's going on, just open it up and look at the logs, and it will tell you everything that it's doing. And we'll just wait until it's done. Pretty simple. All right, so we're looking at the logs. It says press any key to close this window. Up here it says done. And it says we're going to log in with RetroNAS and password RetroNAS. And then once logged in, we type RetroNAS to start the configuration wizard. So, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. All right, so we'll just go ahead and close this window out, press any key. Again, simple. And we'll go over here to, well, before we go, RetroNAS is stopped. We actually could delete this. We don't need it anymore. So delete it or just keep it up there. Don't need to run it again. But go over here to your VMs, and voila, there it is, RetroNAS. And we'll just go ahead and start with console, because I want to see what I'm doing. And I'll start RetroNAS up. And we'll just sit here and wait. Boot up's pretty quick. And there we are. We're sitting here in the console. Alright, so we're here. The instruction says to type in RetroNAS for the login, so that's an instruction, so I guess that's what we'll end up doing. And it says the password for RetroNAS, and I'll click on password RetroNAS. And then we're here. Now, what the instruction says, it says to do the RetroNAS, and just type in RetroNAS, like this. And I did that, but it didn't let me change anything. So I'm going to run mine as sudo RetroNAS, and I'll hit enter. Now, it doesn't really tell you what your sudo password is, but I assumed it's RetroNAS because, we're dealing with, RetroNAS. So I just go ahead and hit enter, and it's in. So this says Pi is my default name. We can hit OK here. And then it says item not changed, and that kind of threw me for a loop. And then what I discovered is I can just type in anything here, and I hit OK, and it says, do you want to save these settings? And I say yes, and it says it's not a valid choice. And so what is a valid choice? Well, we're dealing with RetroNAS, and even though the instructions don't say, just going to assume it's RetroNAS. And then this is going to let me in. And I'm just going to say yes. And then there we go. Everything goes in there. And I'm just going to do one for current. And now I'm right here. So this is pretty much right where we're at right now. So take a look at this. So if I go down here to the, let's see, go to the config, I can change my username, I can change my password, I can change the group, permissions to fix permissions on disk. So sometimes when you copy files over, you mess up the permissions. This allows you to fix it. So these are different things that you can go and look at your leisure. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel here. So what I do want to show you is, let me go down to my internet here, and I'll go back to Unraid, look at my shares, look at my RetroNAS, look at my RetroNAS, there we go. And there's nothing here because nothing's set up. And you're like, well, wait a minute, I thought you were just going to throw ROMs in there. Well, we are. But just not yet because our folder structure is not set up. So what we need to do is we'll go back over to our the RetroNAS, and we'll go down here and see, we'll have install. So we'll just go ahead and click install. And then this kind of gives you like Samba, NetTalk. So depending on what system you're using, it depends which ones you want to, select. So if you're doing off the PlayStation 3, there's a PS2, If you're running emulation off your 3DS, so, off your Xbox, um, recall box. So there's different things you can choose from here. You're just going to have to go through and figure out which one works best for you, because I'm not going to go through all these. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go down here to Batocera, because that's what I like to use. I use RetroPie for numerous of years, and it's just nowadays Batocera, I just like it. It's just easier for me, I guess. So I'm just going to hit OK here and let that go through and configure everything for me. So it'll figure all my folder structures and all that up. So we'll just wait till this is done. And we're still waiting. But at least it's doing something, right? Take a second or two. Alright, so this script is done. So what we'll end up doing is we'll just hit enter. And it brings us back to the screen here. But if we go back to where our RetroNAS was, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to refresh this. And we notice we have Batocera, BIOS, config, ROM, save state. So we have all these already here. So if I click on Batocera, and again, my ROMs and my saves, and it sets up my folder structure for me. So if I want, I can come back and, go to ROMs and maybe drop my 3DO ROMs here and have that all set up. So our next step would be to get our legal ROMs and digitize them and then throw them in these different folders. And we would have to open up our emulator like Batocera and then kind of configure that and then point back to here to have it. So again, if you have multiple pies all over the place, or multiple computers that are running emulations, or you have your game counselor running the emulation, we can put all our ROMs and manage in one place. We just have to remember to go back over here to run it. So for example, if we needed and I'll just do this just for demonstration purposes. Let's say I also have a PlayStation 3 and I'm running stuff on the PlayStation 3. I hit OK. And again, this is going to run me through the same install strips, and it will end up creating those file folders, for me. So we'll just let this run. I'll show you that folder structure after we're done. Alright, so we're done with this too. We just hit enter. And if I go back to my drive and go back to my RetroNAS, I'll just use the breadcrumb. And I got my PS3. I click on that. I got the PS3 NetServe, and then I got the place where I can put my games. So it does already put the folder structure out there for you. And that's pretty much it. One last thing we probably want to do is we'll just click share, and we'll go back down here to our RetroNAS and click on it. And we want to export this, make it yes, hit apply, and that way we can find it on our devices. And that should be pretty much it. I'll make another video and show us how to set it up and configure it in Batocera. Alright, so one last thing I want to show you, over here, if we go back to our RetroNAS menu. If I go down here, update core RetroNAS features. We probably should have done this before we got started, but better late than never. So just hit OK here, and then it will let you update. So what we end up wanting to do, we have update RetroNAS, and we'll just go ahead and do that. Make sure that we're at the latest tools, and then we'll just hit OK. And again, we'll just exit. We'll just go back here, and that would be pretty much it. Have fun putting your ROM collection together, and I'll catch you next time when I do the other video.